Hi everyone, Dustin here from law@yourside.com. And today I want to talk about the importance of keeping all your documentation that you have if you suffered a work-related injury. And it's very important that you do that because especially in the beginning of a case, if something happens, maybe a witness told you something, make sure you write that down. Write down what the witness saw. Write down notes that you told your employer. Write down copies of things that you gave to your employer. If you filled out a claim form after suffering a work injury, make sure you keep a copy of that claim form. It's very important to keep copies of all these things right from the very beginning because things might get lost later on, things might get disputed later on, and you want to have copies of all that. Even as your work comp case goes forward, keep copies of all that. If you go to the emergency room, if you go to the hospital or you see a doctor, especially in the beginning phases, ask the doctor, ask the emergency room, ask these guys, can I have a copy of this please? Because sometimes those copies are very integral later on because so many times I've had clients where what will happen is they'll suffer a work injury, then there's no documentation necessarily of the treatment that they got in the beginning or of the work injury actually occurring or of the employee actually reporting the injury to the employer. There's no documentation of that, nothing written down. And what happens is they'll come later on and they'll say, well, you never reported the injury, or you didn't really get injured at work because you didn't tell us anything. And they'll start to make allegations of how you got injured at home and you're trying to make it a work injury when it's not. So it's important to keep documentation, keep written notes of all that stuff going forward. Especially witnesses, keep names of witnesses, have them write statements for you as well, just put something in writing. Doesn't have to be anything formal, just to show that you actually got injured at work and that you have copies of all these documents because they could be very important down the road, months, weeks, even years later on. Okay, so take that tip as you move forward with your workers' compensation case. Thanks. If you want further assistance with your work-related injury, or you want to talk to a lawyer and get your questions answered, or you want us to represent you in your workers' compensation case, please feel free to give us a call at the number below or click the link below and fill out a submission form. And we will do our best and work our hardest to ensure that we give you all the benefits that you are entitled to under the law, and we help you have a smooth, efficient case that runs through so you can get back to your healthiest that you can be and also receive all the benefits that you're entitled to. Thanks so much.